Hi, my name is Trent Caldwell.
And I'm Chris Wilson with Aquascape Inc.
Thanks for joining us today to learn a little more about Firestone 45mm EPDM PondGard liner. This product is the base for the vast majority of the water features we all sell and build.
Trent and I are pro sales and training consultants for Aquascape. We both have several years of selling and installing ecosystem-style water features and have plenty of experience with this product and its uses.
PondGard offers top quality and the service that matters most.
And PondGard meets or exceeds all industry standards for EPDM geomembranes. So Trent and I are going to walk you through the following 10 best practices with PondGard, which will minimize installation risk and maximize your work output.
That's right, Chris. Following and teaching these 10 best practices will save time and money. So please follow along and we'll walk you through each of these items one by one. The first and most important best practice is using a proper geotextile underlayment with your liner. As you can see, a 4 to 6 ounce non-woven geotextile like Aquascape underlayment is recommended. No old carpet or newspapers, please, as this can actually attract insects that could damage the liner. Tack welding adjacent panels with a propane torch to form a uniform geotextile increases the protection for your liner by ensuring that all protective panels are held together and no bare liner will be accidentally exposed.
A heavy-duty geotextile underlayment like the Aquascape rock pad can also be used under or over PondGard to help avoid punctures and tears from heavy materials placed over the liner. Everyone thinks about liners containing from the top down, but they also contain from the bottom up. So by using three-dimensional geotextiles, we improve the ability of gases which might build under the liner to escape. This helps us prevent the ugly issue we see this guy dealing with in the picture. PondGard's flexible, long-term performance makes it uniquely well-suited for use with all types of water features.
Here is something, Chris, that I don't think most of us realize. We actually lose water out of EPDM to diffusion, but it's nothing compared to seepage loss and can be staggering through other lining materials.
Yeah, Trent, check out the numbers for some of the other widely used lining methods. I'll bet not many contractors would think losing 14,000 gallons a year in a 20 by 20 pond was acceptable, but that's exactly what's happening when they use concrete.
Exactly, Chris. PondGard definitely gives the highest level of containment possible.
This next practice addresses one of the biggest issues we have heard regarding the Firestone PondGard product. Some contractors have complained that the liner runs or tears in a straight line once it has been cut. It will do this if the cut is left as a straight line. But if the user ends the liner cuts by rounding them off, it will stop the cuts from tearing further.
Best practice number 4 prepares the liner for seaming. Clean and dry are important requirements for making seams or repairs. So by using detergent and water with a clean rag and/or solvent naphtha, which is charcoal lighter fluid, you'll get the best possible results when installing seam tape or liner patches. This solvent also dissipates very quickly and it will not harm the aquatic environment.
This 6-inch cover strip tape seaming is the simplest seaming method for use with water features. Simply follow the steps above for a solid leak-proof seam, paying special attention to the priming and rolling steps to get a good seal. Make sure when you prime the liner that the primer is allowed to evaporate before applying the tape.
Using the 3-inch splice tape is best done over a flat surface such as a seaming board. Some installers prefer the simple, clean appearance of the splice tape seam, but both methods will work equally as well. Make sure to expose a 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch of a seam tape outside the overlap, which helps seal the overlap edge better than if the splice tape is back under the panel overlap. You can also use the two methods in combination if you choose for the best possible seam.
PondGard is also easily repaired with liner patches. Caulking alone does not generally produce permanent repairs and only acts as a band-aid.
Yeah, Chris, most of us have run across this type of repair, and it's usually because it failed and we got the call to fix it. I know a lot of guys worry about the seams even when they are complete, but Firestone has more than 30 years of performance data that indicates the PondGard would fail under extreme pressure before a tape seam would fail.
And here's something most guys don't know. If you can put 50 psi of air along that seam and it doesn't inflate, you're good to go.
Using a cover tape strip when installing a bulkhead fitting through liner can save the installer a lot of headaches. This cover strip tape is a method we've been using for several years and eliminates liner wrinkling while the fitting is tightened.
There are other methods and materials which can also help an installer anytime a liner penetration is required in the field. Firestone offers a wide range of pre-molded pipe boots, form flashes, and fabricated flashings for any size or shape.
Number 9 definitely applies to many of our applications with skimmers and biofalls. When using silicone, it must remain in constant compression because silicone has poor long-term adhesion to PondGard.
Make sure you have enough liner in any application to avoid bridging. Bridging is when a liner does not conform to the supporting substrate. Due to the fact that PondGard has a memory, when stretched, it will attempt to return to its original shape. This can, in turn, cause tearing or unwanted stress in the liner. Carefully placed folds can combat liner tension and bridging.
This is the same reason we recommend having slack when attaching biofalls and skimmers.
Exactly, Trent. These best practices will improve the quality of all lining work and give your contractor the confidence that the end product will give any homeowner years of enjoyment with no worries of liner issues.
That's right, Chris, and thanks to everyone for taking the time to follow along and learn a little more about the features and benefits of using Firestone PondGard liner from Aquascape for all of your water feature needs.